Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to conduct our assignment number 5, that we have to define or prepare a design model from your analysis model. As we know that in case of until and unless we convert the analysis model into the design model, our task is not been executed. We know that once we have a proper communication with your customer, then we are identifying the requirement of your system. After the identification of your requirement, we divide that requirement into the functional requirement, non-functional requirement, system requirement, user requirement, and after that we will cover that analysis model into the design model. So what we have to do under this particular assignment, that we have to understand that how to convert the analysis model into the design model. That means nothing but what we are doing, that we are identifying the requirement and convert it into the design models. We have to choose that which design model is sufficient for our system. So for that we are executing this particular assignment. Now let us see how to do this. So whenever we are talking about the design model, so what are the parameters are required? The first thing that we requires here, that is the data or class design. So this particular concept will be clear by using this particular diagram. Now see what exactly we are doing under the analysis model. What we are doing under your analysis model, that we are going to identify the data dictionary. So what we are going to store over here, the complete information about your system. That complete information may include the SRS document, it may include the documentation you did whenever you are having a communication with your customer. We are identifying the types of requirement. So this all information we are going to enclosed within the data dictionary. Now this data dictionary is divided into the three parts, that is entity relationship diagram, data flow diagram, and state transitions diagram. So what we are going to do under your entity relationship diagram, we are going to define the different object, different classes, and the relationship between them. Data flow diagrams will be defined the flow of your data, from where you are getting your raw materials, where from where you are identifying the requirement, who is your person who is going to provide the requirement to your system. Likewise, we are going to define the complete flow of your system by using the data flow diagram. Third thing that we have to study, that is state transition diagram. In case of your state transition diagram, you have defined your complete system by using the transition. In case of your flow, we are defining the flow of your system, and under your state transition diagram, you are defining the relationship with your different activities that we are going to execute. Now, this complete data dictionary, that we can say that data object description, process specification, then your control specification, can be converted into the design models. Now this your design model is broadly divided into the four parts. First one, data design. Second one is your architecture design. Third one is your interface design, and the fourth one is your component design. Now let us see what exactly we are doing with this particular point. First thing that we are going to do over here, under your data or class design, that we are transfer the class model into the design class realization, which can be done by using your data flow diagram. So whenever we are saying that we are converting your class model into the design class realization, nothing but we are going to draw the data flow diagram for your system. Second thing, that is architecture design, where in case of your architecture design, we are going to define the relationship between your different architecture, style, elements, and the patterns that we are going to use under your project. So what is the architecture? The detailed description about your system or detailed view of your system can be drawn by using the architecture. Style identifies that which kind of style may have. It may be having a way of representation in a horizontal way of representation in the vertical way. Likewise, we can identify. Similarly, we have to identify the different elements of your system and the pattern. Variety of design is called as pattern. So that we are going to define by using the data flow diagram. So this we are executed under your architecture design. Third part that we have to study here, that is the interface design. What we are going to do under your interface design, that we have to specify that how your software is communicate with your system itself. That means we have to specify the interrelationship of your background system with your foreground system. That we have to specify how it is being, how exactly the communication can be takes place. Even though we are going to define the different types of interfaces, there are three types of interfaces: user interface, internal interface and your external interface. So this task we are going to execute by using the interface design, and that we are already being studied under your use case diagram, where we identified the actors, we are identifying the different use cases, we draw the relationship between them by using the different types of transitions over there. Last and the most important point, that is component level design. Under your component level design, we are going to transfer the structural element of your software architecture procedure into the software component. That means nothing but we are converting the raw material into the finished product. Nothing but we are collecting the information in terms of your description, and now we are converting that description into the finished product, or we can say that the component that we draw. So that we are going to draw by using your class diagram, so which are already become. So this is the way of converting your analysis model into the design model. The way of representation will be like this. The what we can say that the architecture design will be look like this one. So this is all about your assignment number 5. Thank you.